Lawyer for Assin North MP, Amaliba, has filed a motion to withdraw as lawyer for the MP. Amaliba, on the 12th of May, accused the trial judge, Justice Kwesi Boakye, of bias, an accusation he couldn't substantiate, and the application was dismissed. In court on Tuesday, the lawyer filed a motion saying his continuous presence in the matter as counsel for the MP, with a conviction that the judge has predetermined the matter, will not augur well for the interest of his client and the administration of justice. He is praying the court to grant his request on the 1st of June, when the court will reconvene. Richard Kojo was in court. He joins us now via Zoom. Kojo, thank you for your time. Let's start by perhaps getting a background to this story.
Kojo, on the 12th of May, when the court reconvened, it was decided that they would schedule a time for the judgment to be heard. And so Amaliba did not file the written submission. All the other parties submitted. And so the lawyers for the Electoral Commission did their written submissions, as well as the lawyer for the applicant also did same. But Amaliba instead came with a motion that was challenging the credibility of the judge. He said that the judge, Justice Kwesi Boakye, had been biased. Where he is coming from is that the judge had said in the previous sitting that the MP for Assin North should have filed all the necessary documents before filing with the Electoral Commission. And that comment, Amaliba felt that the judge had predetermined the matter and was prejudicial of us to the matter, and so that's why he filed the motion. But that motion he couldn't substantiate, and so the matter was struck out. And then there was another application that was also filed by Amaliba that bordered on the same matter, and so it was scheduled to be heard today. And then today, when they came to court, he had.
Right, we're going to try and reconnect with Kojo Nyakon. Got a bit of a sketchy connection there. We have you back, Richard. Can you actually take us to the very beginning and give us the background to the story? What led these parties to court?
Okay, so what led these parties to court was that an applicant from the Assin North constituency, a resident of the Assin North MP, filed the matter in court at the Cape Coast High Court, challenging the eligibility of the MP for Assin North from holding himself as such. In fact, he says that at the time the MP was filing his nomination to contest, he held a dual citizenship. He was a citizen of Canada and was at the same time a citizen of Ghana. And so based on that, he took the matter to court. So the matter has been in court for some time now. On the 12th of May, when the parties involved were supposed to file their written submissions, the lawyer for the Assin North MP did not file his written submission, but instead he came to court with an application. So two applications he filed on the 12th of May. First one was an application for the judge to recuse himself, Justice Kwesi Boakye, to recuse himself. He alleged that the judge in their previous sitting had made some comment he deemed prejudicial to the matter that is currently being heard in the court. And so he was praying that the judge would recuse himself. But the judge said that he had not said anything of a sort in court. Neither are there reports in court indicating that he had said anything that predetermined the matter that is in court. And so failure on the part of Mr. Amaliba to substantiate the matter, the judge refused that application. And then there was another application that was filed by Amaliba for a stay of proceedings. He had filed some processes in the appeals court on the same matter, and so he wanted the court to either stay the matter, so that if the court was going to stay the matter, then it means that the matter would be held in abeyance pending the decision by the appeals court. But that was supposed to be determined today. And then today he comes in with another motion praying the court to grant him the opportunity to withdraw as the lawyer for the Assin North MP. In that case, it means that he can no longer hold himself as such. He's indicated that he's told his client, the Assin North MP, that he should look for another lawyer to stand for him, because he can no longer be in a matter that has been predetermined by the judge who is sitting on the case.
Thank you for that. Let's now hear from a member of the legal team for the Assin North MP.
Mr. Amaliba, who is the lawyer for the first respondent, has filed a motion to withdraw from the matter because he still believes that there's a likelihood of bias, though his application was refused the last time. And he thinks that with that mindset as a lawyer or a counsel for the first petitioner in the case, it will not serve the interests of his client and it will not serve his interest either. And so it is proper for him to withdraw from the matter and allow the first respondent to look for a different lawyer to replace him. Because of that, the application for stay of proceeding, which was adjourned to today for motion, is also adjourned because with this application pending, Lawyer Amaliba no longer have the permission or the instruction or the authority of the first respondent to represent him. And so he has no authority to move the application that was filed in his instance. That's the application for stay of proceedings. And so that is also adjourned to 1st June. Now the adjournment to 1st June is for Mr. Amaliba to move his motion for withdrawal from the matter, after which I believe the judge will fix a date for motion of the application for stay of proceedings.
Right, so let's go back to Kojo Nyako, our correspondent who was there in court today. So has his application been approved? Is he now removed as a representative of the defendant?
Well, so the applicant, could you come again?
I'm asking if Abraham Amaliba's application has been approved. Has he now been withdrawn as representative?
No, so that matter will be moved in court on the 1st of June. Now, he can no longer do anything that is connected to the current case, but he has the opportunity to move that motion before the court on the 1st of June. But when this matter cropped up, the applicants were not happy. They felt that it was some delay tactics, a ploy that has been employed by the lawyer to delay the course of justice, a representative of the applicant.
Right. So let's hear from the other applicant now.
There was an application before the court. That application came from the lawyers of the first respondent, Mr. Jachikwesi, where they had asked for stay of proceedings. So that application was slated for hearing today. Only for us to appear in court to have an application filed by a lawyer for the respondent, saying that he wants to withdraw from the case. No, I'm not a lawyer, but all that we know is that a lawyer could have appeared before the judge today to tell the judge that indeed he is taking over from lawyer Abraham Amaliba as the new lawyer for the first respondent. But he decided to put in an application, and that application is slated for 1st June. This is a clear attempt by the first respondent and his legal team to delay the case. But we are confident that the key people will say that no matter what they do, we have the view that the case is going to be dealt with expeditiously so that the final judgment will be given.
Right. So, Kojo Nyako, what are we to expect the next time these parties appear in court?
Okay, two things. On the 1st of June, lawyer Abraham Amaliba would move the motion in court. So we will see whether the court will grant that he withdraws from the case, from becoming or from being the lawyer for the Assin North MP or otherwise. The second is a decision to be taken on the stay of proceedings that has been filed. And so we do not know whether the court will grant the wishes of Mr. Abraham Amaliba to stay away from the case, or he would allow, or he will rule that he should continue the case. But because they cannot tie his hands to the case, maybe by that time, the counsel for the respondent, the Assin North MP, would look for another lawyer, or the court will give them that space of time to go and look for another lawyer to come and move that application for the stay of proceedings.
Thank you for that. Richard Kojo Nyako is our Central Regional correspondent.